Hey everyone, Sam the Miracle Man here. I trust all is well. Just in case you don't know, I also founded Head Trash Anonymous. The head trash is all this stuff up here that's creating stress, overwhelm. That needs to go. But letting go isn't so easy. That's where I like the help. But today I want to talk about the status quo and how the status quo is killing you. It's slowly killing you, the status quo. Because the mind resists change at every opportunity that it has. The mind doesn't like to do new things because that takes more energy. The mind likes to stay in familiar patterns and routines to conserve energy. So the mind, you can say, is lazy in the way. It doesn't want to expend energy. It wants to conserve energy. So it doesn't like to try new things because that creates new pathways and requires more energy, because ultimately everything is energy. But today, just notice how you're sticking with the status quo. What are you keeping familiar? What are your routines? What can be changed? But the big thing though, you can't make change if you're criticizing yourself, if you're judging yourself, because you're always delaying yourself that I'm not worthy of this, I'm not deserving, I don't have the skills. All the various flavors of head trash. And people that come to me that want to deepen their spiritual practice, the first thing I do is look at their status quo. What are their rituals? Do they have a certain meditation mat? Do they have certain music? Do they have a certain way to hold their hands in mudras? Do they have, with these routines and rituals, that status quo that's keeping them stuck, confined? Because consider status quo is like your prison. But your growth is outside your own walls, is where you grow. But the mind has built these walls, and they're all artificial, they're all made up. That nothing's carved, written down that it has to be that way. It's best to let go of all the rules. If there's any rule to follow, it's one of kindness. It's one of gentleness, especially toward yourself. Being kind to yourself is the best thing that you can do for you. Kind and gentle. And that kindness and gentleness will ripple out into the world. And that's how the world will transform. It doesn't transform through fighting, through war. That doesn't create transformation. The true transformation is through peace. The non-violence. Because that's how your spirit is. It's not violent. It's not beating you up. It's that ever loving, present, loving. It's a loving presence. It just loves you for who you are. Not for what your mind thinks you are, but just as you are standing here. And what can you do in this moment to step out of your comfort zone? And to realize the mind will resist every opportunity that you have to step outside your comfort zone. The mind loves excuses. It loves to complain. Loves to tell you you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you're missing something. That's all nonsense. But just realize, to see how the status quo is slowly killing you. These routines, these rituals that you do over and over again are not helpful. You're not growing. You grow through change. You grow through this contrast that life isn't meant to be smooth sailing. And status quo is smooth sailing. You're not here, you weren't born to be ordinary. You're born to be different, to be a unicorn, to follow your own voice, your own truth, your own authenticity, not wearing a mask to please other people. But the other people and yourself want to keep you the same, the status quo, because they know how to react and respond to the status quo. But when you step outside the box, that's where people step back and say, whoa, what's going on here? And they really want to do that for yourself too. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? And just keep pushing forward anyway. All right, that's what I want to talk about today is the status quo has to go. Bye for now.